May the 21st, 2021. Guys, it's 7:48 a.m. Central Time, and the National Hurricane Center has issued this a watch and warning in the Gulf of Mexico. We talked about it in the video last night and the video the night before that it looked like to me there was a tropical system forming in the Gulf, and it is. And we're trying to keep them straight there, but as it's a 40% chance of development now, you can see the center of location. It says recent satellite imagery suggests that a low-level circulation is forming associated with the mid to upper-level disturbance over the western Gulf of Mexico. We were looking at it last night. However, shower and thunderstorm activity remains disorganized. Environmental conditions are expected to be marginally conducive for development, and a short-lived tropical depression or storm could form before the disturbance moves inland over the northwestern Gulf Coast tonight. Regardless of development, the system could produce heavy rainfall over portions of southeastern Texas, southwestern Louisiana during the next few days. Additional information on the rainfall and flooding potential can be found in products issued by your local National Weather Service forecast. Again, 40% chance of development, 90% chance on the system out into the Atlantic. And this is a 5-day outlook, and you can see that this storm will not last 5 days, but it does give us more tracking information. Really, anywhere along the Texas coast up into southwest Louisiana, along that line, we've seen this storm pattern, unfortunately, several times last year. Now, again, disturbance number one is going to push down towards Bermuda, and then supposedly it's going to curve back up. We're going to pay attention to that. But we do have our first system in the Gulf. It is we're 10 days earlier than hurricane season, so they more than likely next year they will move hurricane season back to May 15th. Let's look at our satellite images over the Gulf of Mexico now, and you can see where the circulation is. This is what we were watching last night. Like they're saying right now, it's disorganized, but it is getting into warmer water closer to the shore. And again, 40% chance of the development of either a depression or a tropical storm. And notice again, I mentioned this last night, we got a lot of pull from the Atlantic adding to this moisture level, then coming across the Yucatan. So there's been tons of rain, but guys, it's not over with yet. You're going to have to watch it. Now let's look at the wide Atlantic for just a minute, because up in St. John's and areas like that, guys, this storm that's in the Atlantic right there, depression or disturbance number one, is again doing this southwest dive back towards Bermuda, and it seems to be powerful enough and large enough that where if it gets enough moisture wrapped around it, you could have some serious trouble with it. But it does have a 90% chance of development. We're just going to have to keep an eye on it. You can see in the last few frames that it does appear, and this is in the top center, to be wrapping around these storms here. Check that out right there. Now this is also a wide Atlantic view, but this is from our Navy, the NavGem model that we watch it every year, guys. It seems like we just got through watching it, but it's not really showing much about the system in the Gulf of Mexico. But what it does show is the path I'm talking about of disturbance number one that's out into the Atlantic right here. Let it start over. You'll see what we're talking about. Here's Bermuda. It's going to come very close to it. Then it's going to be caught up into that front that's pushing it north and northeast right there. It kind of pull right up across Newfoundland right in this area here, guys. So pretty much that's what the Navy's saying this thing's going to track at. As we get closer to that point, we'll have more accurate models. You know, these are going to vary, but again, we're watching two systems. The immediate danger would be to Bermuda, and then Texas and Louisiana. We're going to watch this storm because they have a tendency to pull in very close to shore, the ones in the Gulf, and then as the outer bands touch land, it pulls them to the right somewhat, or back to the east. So we're watching it, guys, just an early update. Pay attention in Texas, Louisiana. You're already very wet, already saturated the ground. Not a whole lot left to do, but just hunker down and keep an eye on the storm. If it gets into a tropical storm, you might want to think about getting out of the way of it, just in case you're real close to the shore, because you can always have pop-up water spouts, and tornadoes. But we're watching it, guys. You watch it. It's a heads up. Be safe.